right,
Oh,
we are
baby.
go.
Alrighty.
Mm.
Well, welcome back. We're back for another wonderful episode of the Black Aurora. It's been a couple weeks. Um, Gosh, last we left off, you guys. Last session was a doozy. You guys began the session in an ambush with the Order of Invilis in Aspira after being tricked. Put that word mildly. I think you all kind of knew by Matiros, the druid of the Circle of Elkest, who put you through this tree portal to the heart of Aspira. You guys were taken, shackled, auras suppressed by this Bartoon Spite, this small band of Aurokite infused with certain spells to suppress your abilities. And you were led through the streets to the dungeons under the Genesis Arena. You did spy a small bit of a resistance symbology on one of the noble houses, and made a small fuss in the nobles district before being silenced and continued through. You were taken down to the spiraling Bastille, where you were put into individual cells of anti-magic and left for, I think it was like 4 or 5 days to just sort of rot away. Kind of a warm-up before the prolonged, indefinite confinement that might await you. Before Peria was visited by an old friend, old mentor, father figure, whatever you want to call it. Castellus, the Aurorical himself, came down to discuss how we got here with Peria. And they both had a very, honest to God, like heart-to-heart kind of conversation, which ended much more amicably than I expected, with each of them wishing that the other could maybe have a place in their new world, but realizing that neither would give in to the other's ideals. Afterwards, you guys were sentenced to be brought up to the king for your execution. And strangely, Bishop Leviathan was acting a bit oddly, seemed to be concerned about bringing you before the king, and decided to bring you to the arena instead, where it was revealed that among the people of the order, there were a few traitors or informants or spies or whatever you want to call them. One of the guards had been guarding you revealed to be Soltsiris, an arcanist from Spira. She, along with Demetrius Bronzeflame, the one impersonating Leviathan, tried to free you guys, only to find that there was a small hitch in the plan. The arena itself is warded with a forbidden spell to ensure that prisoners and such under it cannot teleport out freely. Something that was overlooked in the plan by Frost, apparently. As you all were trying to figure out the best way to abscond from the capital, you were accosted by the Unicorn Knights, the 5 elite warriors you were warned about by Sir Farrell, whose father is the leader of the Unicorn Knights himself, Sir Avalos Gilder. A short battle ensued, which admittedly was shorter than I expected. It ended much better than I expected it to, as with some quick thinking and an incredibly lucky roll, Peria managed to use one of her new abilities to mind control, to dominate I believe it was Sir Dorn, the fighter of the group, pacifying him, and with the order to pacify his compatriots. With his endorsement of the party and the repeated claims of having assisted his son, Sir Avalos was compelled to let you all go. And so he did. Not without a few choice words about being hunted down and changing your ways and yada yada yada. You all decided to exit through the back, which ended up leading to the front, and through some last-minute use of, I think, a Dust of Disappearance, the final one, as well as a quick teleportation spell from Cirrus, you managed to get away. Not before you were witnessed by Osiren, the claimkeeper of Gardus, in service to Zivadona, and Pyzane was a bit shaken by that. You reappeared inside of the mines of Mount Atreus, the base of the Snowmen, the resistance group of Gardus. You met up with Frost and a couple of his lieutenants, and they discussed their plans. But you guys had business elsewhere, and Frost realized this, allowing you all to leave with the hopeful promise that you will return to assist in the revolution, the rebellion, once you've accomplished your goals. Provided you with supplies, a little bit of direction. You learned there was rumors at one point of a Felidar in the Whitemaw. Super vague, nothing really to go on, but it's all you have. So you decided to head up to the town of Froome, and then from there, find a guide to get you through the Whitemaw. And that's around where we left off. Right as at the end of last session, actually, I believe we left off with Peria. You guys are still in the rebel base, and you had just done a little peek into your mirror of the past on Frost, the enigmatic leader of this rebellion, and it had revealed nothing. Darkness, blackness, and the last thing you saw was your own reflection before it faded. And we pick up from there. So, the party is still within the base under Mount Atreus. It's the same day. You guys have not had a long rest yet. You guys have chosen to do a short rest, and then you were going to walk the remainder of the half day to Froome, arrive there in the evening, and go from there. What would you guys like to do?
Right, Peria. I hope you like how your hair looks. There's no going back.
No, there's not. But so
It's good. I like it.
it's a different color, but it's different. Thank you.
Of course.
As long as it's different.
Yes.
Yes.
See, as you guys are discussing your disguises, discussing your disguises. From around a corner, a slight middle-aged human with sideburns that kind of frill out a little bit, and then end in a short crop beard, no mustache, just the sides, and short slicked back hair. Couple of scars across the brow, with Paizane's weapon slung across his back, steps out, small locket around his shirt, I don't like this. I'm so naked. Where's my fur?
It's just all in your face.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess I am Zubair now. Better get used to that.
Zubair.
Yep.
Then we have Andoria. Pointing
Oh
at you.
shit! I forget my name.
And then you
I
didn't come up
even
with
make
one. I think Medea. We were Kribis.
Yes.
I mean, I could do Kribis. I
don't
like
know.
her. She's fun.
Whatever
If you
names we
wanna
choose, we
do
should be able to
something
remember
else.
them, so make it
Yes.
something easy.
Mm.
And then Mira, you
But
gave
I
me.
don't really look like Druid.
Saurus.
Sister, you
Saurus,
should
yep.
be Kribis.
Saurus.
Should I be Kribis?
I mean,
Kribis
Listen,
is,
Kribis.
Again, whatever it is, we can't have this discussion in front of people.
right.
Gotta be something we're gonna know.
Super.
If nothing else, call me Z. It's in my original name.
That's
And it's my
cute.
new name.
Oh well, that doesn't.
No,
That's fine for me.
we're not gonna
So
call
right
you.
for me.
No. I'm not gonna call you Z. Zubair.
Just call him Bear. Barry. Barry.
Barry.
Call him Barry.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go with Barry. It's easy to remember. It is part of it.
Zubair. Barry. I'll just be
Bear.
Kribis. I remember that name.
Okay. And then Mira?
I will be.
Mm.
You can be Saurus. I can come up with something else if you want.
If you have a name in mind.
I didn't, but I can find one.
I don't recommend your old alias either.
Nope. I don't think I want to use shit, what was it? I can't remember it. Isla. I don't think Isla's a good idea either.
No.
No.
Hmm.
Full name.
What did you say, Isla?
That was
Don't want-
Vivian's alias.
That was, yes.
I'll be
Wanda.
Terra.
Tara?
Era.
Okay, great.
Cool.
I'm
Could've
even
seen
gonna
that
like
coming.
put that in parentheses. On roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Ideas.
I have it on my Pizane thing, so I never forget. It's Pizane.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Zubair.
that too.
Mhm.
Put my fake name in there so I don't
So,
forget.
Q, what are you gonna be?
Andoria.
Andoria, right. Sure.
Oh.
Why is your alias longer than your actual name?
It sounds very powerful.
What? I didn't tell.
Well, her actual
Well,
name
you
is
did
a
come up
single
with it.
letter.
Technically speaking, I'm not even actually Q.
I
But
never even
whatever.
realized it's just a
True.
Q. It's fun.
Also, it's spelled Kyu.
Yeah, we
Oh,
know, but
You
still,
mean it's not this? Your name isn't just Q?
That's funny. I never even realized.
That's funny.
I've never seen it written. I just assumed.
Why would you assume my name was a single letter?
Because of how it is said.
Kind of true, actually. I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner.
I thought it was Q-U-E at maybe, but your name it sounds like a letter.
Oh, really? How do you spell your name, huh?
She got
M.
you there, sister.
M-Y-R apostrophe R-H.
Yeah,
Mira.
Hey, sister,
What
I
the
really
heck?
don't get it. I don't
Why
get
not
it
just
either.
M-I-R-A? Why you gotta be difficult?
It's a family name.
Because I'm not a
you know.
human.
It's a family name. It's alright.
If
Mine
that was
actually
meant to
makes
be an
sense.
insult, it's not. I'm an Elkin.
I know you're not human.
Anyway, Cribis Wild Fern. I'll call myself that. Yes, I do not look like a druid, but who cares?
No, you are
Um,
so far from a druid.
Do you want to be Cribis then?
No, I am not wild. Nor do I have a
Another last
fern.
name then.
The music stopped.
Okay, so it's settled.
Cribis.
Why don't we just head out?
Yes,
Great. Let's.
sounds good to me.
All right.
I don't have to have last name. Just Cribis.
None of
Is
us
the
have
music
last
still
names.
playing for you guys?
No.
Nah.
No, it just
I gotta
stopped.
refresh my. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened there.
I will
Well, 20's being really weird for me.
There we go.
Playing again.
I don't hear it.
Me either. I have to.
I do
restart my
now.
Roll20.
I do know, yeah.
Open Roll20.
Yeah, refresh your page maybe.
Yeah.
Super. Cribis. Tara.
Cribis.
And Doria.
And Doria's Q. I'm Cribis. Sister, what's your name again?
Tara.
Terra.
Terra. Alright, Terra. Peria.
Saris.
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 Saris and Barry.
There we go.
Alright.
There must always be a berry in the
Mhm.
party.
I mean, there wasn't before, but just a berry per campaign at least.
yes, yes.
And it's not his name either time.
True.
Well, when there is an actual berry, we won't call them berry.
No.
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah.
Call them
Uh,
berries
yes.
or something.
Hello, my name's Barry. I don't know. You
No,
don't
you
really
don't
seem
look
like
like
a.
that.
You don't look like a berry. Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Barizard. What?
Yeah.
Why?
Just go with
It just
it.
feels like it.
Need a more
all right.
distinguished name.
As you guys are all kind of discussing amongst yourselves, getting your disguises ready, you're in one of the side chambers in the hideout. There is a small knock on the door frame as you guys are kind of interrupted getting ready. And you see leaning against the door is the white-feathered, smartly suited Salt Cirrus. I've been told you're all heading for the Whitemaw. I think that's a bit suicidal considering all the effort we just went through to get you out of prison. But it's your choice and I have no real say here. So, gather around. I'll make it a little bit easier for you. Much as I can. And she reaches into her vest and pulls out a small pouch. And she casts non-detection on all of you guys. Little dusts of diamond powder So for the next 8 hours, you guys are immune to scrying.
That's nice. Very nice.
Won't last beyond the night, so after that, you're on your own. I
Sweet.
recommend keeping a low profile. You're lucky, at least, that the Whitemaw is nondescript and mostly white, so if anyone does scry on you, all they're apt to see is fields of snow, which doesn't really give them a lot to go on. So, best of luck, finish up your business, and then come back here so you can be of use. She just kind of turns and leaves.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
like the way she said that.
I kind
Well.
of miss a Vosi now. Forgot about that. Oh well.
Well,
Well.
are we going?
I guess so.
We have everything packed up. I got my little warmie cube. We got our nice winter clothing.
Yeah. Paizen slings a coat around himself. He's polymorphed, so technically he doesn't have the fur right now, so he's a little chilly. It's not quite an illusion.
She was wearing the jacket that emits heat.
Oh, you're wearing the adventurer's overcoat. It doesn't
Yep.
necessarily emit heat as much as anyone around you just has resistance to cold.
Ah,
Yeah.
This doesn't feel as cold around you. It's a difference of, like, you're not holding something radiating heat and warmth that will melt ice around you.
right.
It just, those around you have a resilience to the effects.
Makes it bearable.
Everyone just feels a little bit more Nordic standing around you.
Yeah. It's like we live in the north and we're used to it.
Right.
Well, if we ever get too cold, I have that thermal cube, so we'll be okay, and then we'll get really hot.
You guys are led out by some of the snowmen guards. They bring you to. I know.
I'm sorry.
Just
I-
feel like waddling snowmen. No, yeah, no.
It's just the image.
It is. It's
I
wonderful.
have a corn.
You think I didn't do Frost and his snowmen intentionally? Come on, guys.
In the wall.
Speaking of, you guys are met at the northern entrance to Mount Atreus by Frost. And he walks up to the group and gives you a small pouch of extra rations and supplies, things that you guys have requested. You guys are stocked up at the gate. And he turns specifically to Peria more than others because of her relation to the Order. I hope you'll fulfill your promise, but if we never see you again, at least knowing you're out there is good enough. We will do our best to keep the Order occupied. I think it's a good thing you're going to the Whitemaw. Give you guys some time to get off of their, how do you say, radar? I don't really know what that is.
Sure.
Traveler thing.
It's,
Off of our scent.
Sure.
yes. It will be good for us to lay low. No one will probably come looking for us.
Lay low in
Unlikely.
snow.
But,
Alright.
come back alive. Please. The resistance
That's
needs
the
you.
plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be alright.
We'll be back.
He just kind of awkwardly, like, almost like you feel like he doesn't know exactly how to end this, and just sort of nods and steps aside, and you guys are ushered out. You see a wall of false stone is moved away to reveal blustering winds and snow. As you guys are relatively elevated up Mount Atreus, you do see there is a winding path down to a road that extends to the right, and to the left you see in the distance Aspira, just glittering on the horizon. And as you guys all exit, you hear the grinding of stone as the false wall is replaced. And as it's pushed to the side, it's pushed forward slightly, so it becomes flush with the surface. And you realize that if anyone was walking by, it looks like you guys just stepped out of a mountain.
Well, that's cool.
That is good cover.
Very good.
Handy.
Yes.
Very handy.
So, walking down the winding path, you eventually do reach the base of the mountain on the northwestern side, somewhere around where the X is here. And you know it's from Mount Atreus to here to Froome, it's about the rest of the half day. It's around 1 p.m. or so. Sun is pretty high, although it's blotted by the overcast sky, and there is a cold wind forming here. You do feel like it's going to be a hard walk for a lot of you. I don't think anyone here except Paisy, Q, and Peria have really endured prolonged walks in cold, considering you guys were in Zizant. The twins, I don't think you guys have ever really had snow travel of any kind.
Yeah, I went to the cold
Not
wind.
really.
Down
Cold wind
in-
is underground. It was cold and windy, but it was
Cold, but
all
not-
dry.
Yeah.
This is
Lush.
different. The road is not necessarily paved, but it is well trodden and busy. As you guys actually rejoin on the road from the mountain, there is a cart passing by, and you guys have to kind of like duck out of sight for a moment so that it doesn't seem weird. You guys just walking off of the path. There does seem to be a lot of through traffic between Froome and Aspira, mostly of carts bearing large crates of goods. Very nice, fanciful ones coming from Aspira, and some lesser fanciful, more commoners carts from the direction of Froome. It's not quite as busy as like a modern day highway by any means, but this has some traffic. And as you guys settle in along the road, there are the occasional walking traveler as well. Do you guys try to engage, or do you just make it to Froome?
I'm
What's
just gonna
their...
try to do perception checks. I'm sorry.
Sure, by all means.
Go ahead, Perry.
Oh, I was gonna ask like what their demeanor, how they're walking. Are they like heads down, keeping to
Give me an
themselves?
insight check, Peria.
Sure. Can I
Dia,
guide
give me
myself?
that perception. Sure. Yeah, you guys are not in a dire circumstance. Mia, is that perception? Medea.
Sorry.
Wow, I combined Medea and Mira for
Yeah.
Mia.
That was a good one.
Is the perception
no,
with the +3 as well from something, or
no, it's just
no?
12.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine. Medea, what were you trying to perceive?
If anybody was like staring us down or like kind of looking at us funny.
You guys did get a couple of weird glances when you first saw like the first cart, like the carriage driver kind of looked over, and you feel like there was a slight like derisive like, ugh, and just kept going.
Oh, okay.
Like, ugh, weird people. Peria, 18, the same guy. You feel like he looked at you all and saw you guys walking along this road, and was like, ugh, pedestrians must be poor, and just kept going.
To help with
Is there
that,
what else were you trying to insight?
I guess the walking people
Mm-hmm.
that we've passed by, are they like, I guess directionally, are there any coming from Aspira to Froome, or are they all coming
There
from
are
Froome
no
to...
pedestrians coming from Aspira to Froome. That's an interesting thing to note. All of the pedestrians are walking from Froome, walking against you guys from Froome to Aspira, and they all seem to have like big packs carrying some sort of supply or something, almost like a single transport of a crate or a single transport of a bundle of something. And they're not alone. Most people you see walking are in groups. They are in like large groups of people carrying much of the same materials, mostly large bundles of hay or straw or wheat. And some people with carts of like pulling behind carts of fish, dried fish, frozen fish, various goods that can make the journey between the towns. They don't look like merchants, but they do look like how to put it, not just common people. They have laborer's garb or fisherman's garb. They look like people who are on a job. Employed, yes.
And
as
do
far as
they
their
look-
demeanor,
yeah.
I'd say more like if you ever look at somebody who's just at their day job, just like, hey,
Yeah.
Miserable. Got it.
yeah, their soul's kind of been driven down a little bit.
Okay.
They're not out here for a sprightly midday walk.
No.
They have places to be and things to do.
Do they look dirty?
You give me a perception check now.
Will do. Can I guide myself for this one or no? That's
Sure.
okay.
There's no reason you can't
Okay, all right.
continuously. You're not like under fire or anything.
Perception. 16.
16. A little beleaguered. People coming from Froome, they're not dressed fancifully. They're the everyday man, the working Joe. They're not like filthy.
Are they like
But
smudgy a little?
A little
Like on the-
smudgy. Yeah,
little
little smudgy.
Little smudgy? Okay, so when there's no one around, I guess,
Uh-huh.
is the road like muddy or is it like frozen solid?
Pretty frozen, compacted earth. There's no mud. There's maybe some slush along the sides where the wheels of the carts go. There's definitely some divots of some slush built up, but even that's not terribly watery. It's a lot more frozen and compacted.
Okay. Is it possible to get like a little bit of malleable
Oh, if you
dirt?
wanted to get some moisture, you could absolutely grab some snow, melt it in your hands, grab some dirt, put it together. You could.
I would like to smudge myself.
Like to
with
muddy
some-
yourself up a little bit?
With a little bit, and on my breastplate to make it less gleaming.
Okay, yeah.
Are you doing that to yourself?
Yeah, you can just do that.
Yeah, and my hood is definitely up the whole time.
As Paise notices you do this, he looks around the restaurant and goes, That's a good idea. And he's just gonna like plunge one hand down in the snow, one hand down the earth, put them together, and just start rubbing it on places.
Don't overdo it though.
Right.
Remember.
No, we gotta look like we're gonna wash ourselves off after a long trip.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Okay, I take like one finger. I go like this, and I'm like,
Yeah, a Medea would super be like, you got it.
Yeah.
done.
It's like symmetrical. It almost looks like makeup. It was applied
Yeah.
like blush marks of just mud.
Oh gosh.
Like,
I
it
have
almost
to
looks like a
work
fashion
for,
statement.
You know.
I have spent weeks in the forest without you. This is nothing.
I know, sister. Ew.
I'll take some and kind of dirty myself a bit. I do have a.
would also note, just since you guys are kind of doing this investigating of people going along, you don't see anyone armed or wearing armor or anything. There aren't even like knights or guards along this road.
Are we going the
It's
hell?
gonna be my question was in like the carts that are passing us.
Sure.
You say that I was kind
Yeah.
of curious if we noticed any that maybe had like some guards or knights in the back of any of the carts.
You actually, strangely, you do not observe any like of the reindeer knight or the minotaur knights or anything like that. This road does not seem to be policed.
It's a
That's
very
good.
safe route.
That means they don't worry about crime.
Yeah, you could probably imagine it's because it's like literally just a stretch of road between a settlement and the capital.
Yeah.
This road might be almost policed on its own by proximity to the capital. Further roads out probably do have wandering patrols. This one, usually pretty safe.
Well,
Cool.
Like an interstate.
as we're
Yeah.
walking.
Kinda, yeah.
Don't have to worry about any checkpoints here.
So, what's our cover story? Monster hunters going into the Whitemaws.
I mean, we could just no.
That
that's
is
on
a
different
good
continent. It
question.
wouldn't work.
That is a good question.
We're very armed, unlike everyone else that we've been
That's
passing
true.
by.
They all look
Yeah.
They're
very
gonna stand
common.
out. So we can either.
I don't know if the common man is going to be able to tell if our stuff's magical, but maybe just keep an eye out for any like mage types. They might be able to sense it. Or should we incorporate that in our alias?
I think
We are monster hunters.
I
Works for me,
I've
but
certainly done it before.
Sure. Maybe we're looking for exotic prey. I don't know. I don't monster hunt.
Peria, you
Yes.
say that. As you say that, give me I want to say history or wisdom check.
Oh, I will give
So,
you a history.
Give me a history check.
Because
That one.
nice. Okay.
All right, let's try wisdom, and if it's not
Sure.
incredible, I'm not going to be able to give you anything.
Wisdom.
No. Okay. Something. You feel like something was there and you lost it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep,
If she
I
says that, can I make a check? Because I was literally a monster hunter.
Yeah, okay. Only because of that, I'll let you take a history check. It's going to be a pretty high DC because it's a bit obscure for you, but you do have an in with this knowledge.
Okay. What do you say? History check?
History check.
History check. All right. History. That's not so good. We'll try it.
Could be. Hey!
20.
Just 20.
For a natural 19 plus 1 to 20. Yeah, that's about as good as you could get other than natural 20. Yeah. Shit. As Perry is mentioning, like, we could be like monster hunters looking for exotic monsters or exotic things. It was much more likely for Peria to remember this, but
Right.
Medea, you could feasibly have heard of this.
Probably
There
from one of my
is an
friends.
exotic monster and creature collector in Gardus by the name of Lord Andrux Silver Falls,
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
who is world renowned for his menagerie of the unusual and bizarre and rarities of the
no,
lands.
he lives here.
He
Yeah.
is a nobleman of
Of
Gardus.
Silver
He's one of
Falls.
the
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
from
yeah.
the Silver Falls household.
And we pissed him off by stealing Tilburn back.
Yeah.
Technically only Peria did. No one else here
you
knows him.
pissed him off. I have nothing to
I
do
meant
with
us as
that.
a collective.
Oh, true, yeah.
I
Um,
spew out what he
Luckily, you
just
don't
Right.
look like you used to, so.
So
No, I
Medea
don't.
would know that there is some groundwork in Gardus for monster hunters. If you were perhaps employed by House Silver Falls.
Do you have anything of his?
Wait, Silver Falls?
You
Wait, I
mentioned
have-
him in your.
I forgot all about him, Medea. That was such a great.
I know.
We're so
right?
knowledgeable. I don't have.
It just
any...
came to me.
Isn't
you
my
know?
sister the
Someone,
best?
someone just
Yes.
put it in my head.
Yeah, I have
Welcome.
sprigs of silver bells.
You do?
Oh.
I
That
don't
is
can I
from the weird holiday.
remember what
Candy cane
Silver
too.
Falls emblem might be.
So, I don't think you...
I don't know if I would know that from like just Gardesian.
How about you
history.
just ask your Tiburon friend?
I could do that too.
You could. I'll give you one more history check. Now that you have the name, it might be easier for you to jog your memory.
Can I guide myself since I'm aware?
Sure, yeah, you're aware of this for sure. You're definitely trying. Hey, that's a 20.
Better.
Okay. House Silver Falls is definitely a notable figure in the community. It's one of the upper houses of the noble houses, up there with House Gilder and Platinus and Mithril.
Oh.
House
cool.
Silver Falls, the icon is of a waterfall. It's you actually know specifically featured on the map. It is of the Ascendant
And
Falls. Yes, which
Ah.
overlooks Ceratos, the ancestral home of the Silver Falls people. Before they moved to Aspira, the noble houses began in the communities around. Lord Andrux himself lives in Ceratos.
Good to know.
And the Ascendant Falls is the symbol of his clan, his household. With a 20 history, you would also know the Silver Falls have had a sordid past in Gardesian society. They have a number of, I would almost say, black sheep or oddballs in their family. Most notably of recent history, one you have met is Sir
yes.
Relican Silver Falls of the Unicorn Knights.
Oh shit. Oh. Is
Oh
he
shit.
like a cousin or like a big?
You're not sure
brother?
relation.
Okay.
So they're
'cause-
basically a bunch of. He's the Sirius Black of the family.
But like not
maybe.
like in a positive way.
Maybe.
Hard
Hard to say. They tend to, the Silver Falls family, as opposed to others who have, their nose in like mining operations or textiles or arcane, the Silver Falls family has always fancied themselves the, what's the word? The
Best.
sophisticate artists and hobbyists of the noble households. They are the most eclectic, each one having their own strange obsessions. And Andrux was with his menagerie of bizarre creatures. Most notably was Tirbryn for a while.
Right, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, word vomit all that.
Word vomit. You guys,
So
as you're
all
walking
know the
along to
thing.
Froome, you guys discuss that.
So maybe we are looking for a new
Oh,
pet for Lord Andrux.
why not? Perhaps this man who once
lost
owned
his
your
other one.
friend wants more pets.
I mean, that makes sense to me because he was short a pet.
How
Yes.
do we prove that, though? If somebody
That is
says, "Hey, what?"
An
Why are
important
you
part, yes.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
what are you
know
going
what
to
his symbol
question?
was?
Oh yeah, it was just a waterfall, the Ascendant Falls. It's
Ah, right,
here's the
right.
map. It's right here.
Right.
So
Okay.
Well,
I mean, it's a good cover.
maybe we just be haughty.
we don't necessarily
noble.
have to have been hired from him. Perhaps we are just trying to make good with him.
Get money from him.
Yes, money.
Like we're
Sure.
freelancers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is easier than pretending we've been hired, for sure.
Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. We're freelancers that want to be employed by him, so we're
Ah.
gonna prove our name by.
What's our name then?
I'm not.
What's our
coming up-
name then? And then it's the book guy's like, yeah, what the fuck's your name?
Yeah, out of the snow. Yeah, what the fuck's your name? No, he's not here yet. He's on the
No,
boat.
he-
Or actually, he may have just arrived.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
our group name for our monster hunting group is the Frost Daggers.
Sure. Why not?
sure. I have daggers on my belt. Done.
Well,
No, it's
Yeah.
stupid.
It's fine.
I
none
mean,
of us actually
honestly,
use
this whole
daggers,
thing's a
but-
little stupid in some ways. It's fine. It's perfect.
Sure.
Mm.
The frost
think of
daggers.
something
Mm.
else.
No, I hate it. I hate it now.
Okay, we hate it. Okay.
Well, we gotta come up with something before. Well,
Before
we
we
can
get
get to
there.
Froome, get a room in Froome. Rhymes.
Uh,
Then maybe in the morning we'll explain our whatever the fuck we're doing here.
The freelancers. The frost lancers.
Frost Lantern.
I
There
like
you go,
that.
that's better. I like it better. It's better than my sister's.
Frost
Oh,
Lancers.
Someone else come
Wow.
up with something.
Alright, well, we have snowmen. We have
No,
frost.
can't be the snowmen. Can't
No.
do that. Nothing related to snow or men. None of that.
The
I mean, obviously, no.
Mm,
There's only one of those in our group.
mm.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
True, actually.
Mm.
I mean, it really doesn't happen.
Well, so anyways, let's just get to Froome.
Maybe we're all just freelancers who came together. This is our first job together. We don't have a name yet.
Did we just meet in a tavern earlier in Aspira?
This is our session 0 for a new party. Well, now that you mention it, I've got some rats in the basement I need taken care of. Yeah. Level 1 quest. Here we come. We just had a
Oh, God.
campaign reset right now. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, with level 9 characters. Dead
Yeah.
rat.
Or rat dragons. Nice.
No.
Dragons, if you will.
Dragons, if you will. Yes. All right.
How about
So you guys walk and talk on the way to the town of Froome. And as you guys reach the crossing in the road where you see it does connect to Froome, there is a slightly smaller off path that seems to bypass if you didn't want to go through the town. You could just keep going up around towards Cliffwatch, or you can continue to Froome. The western wall of Froome does not seem to exist. There's no defensive barriers or gates to pass through. And as you were approaching, you see it comes up like a hill and then dips down to the town below. To the right, along the southern edge of Froome, is like a sheer cliff face from the mountain, where a waterfall does fall down from a stream up above and bisects the town in two by a river that divides it and leads out to the ocean up to the north. From this hillside vantage, as you guys crest over and see the town laid below, you can see the town is small. Definitely not a community of anything more than its purpose here. This was more like an outpost or a waypoint that maybe grew around it slightly, and you can see there is a larger building at the center of town, multi-storied, that a lot of activity seems to come through. All the people who come from one road seem to just go there, stop, and then come the other way. There is some farming and some fishing at this place. You do see there are some workers producing some materials you've seen carted back the way you came. But there's not a lot of residential here. Like, there's probably not a lot of people raising a family here. It's mostly people here doing a job. This is more of a settlement than it is a town. Except for one thing, you do see the far edge of town, there is actually a wall for the eastern side that divides the town from the expanse of just pure white beyond of the Whitemaw that lays to the east. And the only thing near it, you do see there is a small like cottage on a hill next to the wall. This thin bit of smoke trailing from the chimney. And I will put you guys on the Froome map.
All right, snowdrifters, we go where we're needed.
Snowdrifter. It's
Okay.
okay.
I can get on board
Okay.
with that. However, we do not have Gardesian IDs.
That's true.
Right, what does that have to do with anything?
I was just saying, if anyone asks for our credentials, we have to run.
Oh,
True.
we lost them in the snowdrift.
Okay, that's fine. Snowdrifters, I'm good with it.
Great.
We're vagabonds.
It is. Oh. It's true.
Oh.
Wait.
Sorry, Paisan's like, we could be nomad knights.
Oh.
What?
You said vagabond, and
Oh,
Uh,
smart.
we met one of those, right?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh,
That can be explained.
that.
How we got here.
Good idea.
Is
Good
that-
idea. Good idea, Paisan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I have no idea what the rituals are. I think we need to be a little bit more dirty, though. Like, reaches down and grabs some more mud and starts slathering it on.
I think that might just be a stereotype, but okay.
Paisan is now sufficiently dirtied in his humanoid form. As you guys arrive at the edge of town, it is getting to dusk, probably closer to 7 p.m. The sun is pretty low. You do feel like this town is pretty well shaded most of the day, except maybe around noon, as the sun kind of drifts around the tall Mount Atreus to the south. There's always like an ever-moving shadow from dawn to dusk that kind of covers one third of the town at a time as it moves. At this point, the town is pretty well shaded, and the sun is mostly at your back as you guys enter town. But you do see there is a large sign out front of the massive multi-storied building in the center that is without ornamentation, without extra flair or furnishing, just says the Wayfarer's Lodge.
Should we get a room?
Yeah,
I
probably.
believe we
Get the
should.
lunch.
I'm freezing.
It is
This-
so cold.
I hate snow.
So, as you guys approach, you see the Wayfarer's Lodge is what looks like it may have originally been an outpost or like a quartermaster's den for people resupplying. There is an attached stables that is almost as big as the main building of rows and rows and rows of carts and horses. The lodge itself is 2 to 3 floors, and there's no rowdy atmosphere. There's no loud, boisterous sounds coming from inside. You feel like this is not as much of a tavern as it is a legitimate inn, a place for people on the road to rest, recuperate, and then continue on their way. But as you guys walk inside to get some rooms, there is some seating off to the side. There's no tavern, there's no bar, no one just sitting there drinking and partying. There's just a group of people sitting and discussing plans to move to the next town, having a bite to eat. It's a very quiet, subdued atmosphere compared to what you're expecting. And there is a counter up front where you see a somewhat squat, like shorter than you're expecting, Minotaur woman, currently going through a ledger in front of her, writing in a book, looking through others, passing over notes to someone at the far end of the table. Says, all right, your escort set up for the morning. Sign here, and we'll get you over to Spira in no time. All right. Have a good night. Room's on the 3rd floor. Oh, wow. Oh, crap. Who the hell are you people?
Oh.
I forgot already what our name was.
Can I help you? Welcome to the lodge. Where are you coming from? Where are you going?
We are going into the Whitemaw. We're monster hunters.
Oh, I'm sorry. That kind of caught me off there. Okay. We don't get that often. In fact,
No.
ever.
That's exactly
Oh.
why we are pursuing the monster hunting business, to capture the very large market with just us. Entrepreneurs. that's
Well,
what we are.
how enterprising. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Sorry. Kind of caught me
could
off
just-
there.
Just take a room for the night would be lovely.
Sure. So just the 5 of you. You see, she leans over slightly over the counter, looking down a bit at Q. Q, how are you dressed? Out of curiosity, right now.
She's got on the adventurer's coat, and she's got like a hood up.
Okay.
I guess her armor would be hard to see under the coat, but
Yeah,
you probably
yeah.
wouldn't be able to see her sword like sticking out from just underneath.
Need to have.
I am thinking like the 3 kobolds in a trench coat, but there's only 1 kobold left, so it's just kind of dragging.
It's magic. It sort of conforms to size a little
Oh
bit.
no. No.
Oh, that's right.
That
the
feels
coat,
fitting.
The coat was originally Pisces. I forgot.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a little big on you. It's a little big on you. It does shrink a little bit to fit, but it's not. It's a little baggy. She rolled a natural 1 for her insight check. So she looks down and goes, halfling, got it. All right. All right. So how long you staying before you head out?
At least a night.
Just
until we
tonight.
Just one night.
Procure a guide. Do you know of anyone that often ventures into the Whitemaw? Or...
Well, I mean there are technically guides.
Should
What do you mean
you direct
technically?
us to one of those technically guys?
Well, hang on a minute. Hang on. She was like getting ready to like sign you guys in for the room. She puts her pen down, sets it aside. All right. So let me just get this straight. You all want to go into the Whitemaw, not through it. There's a key difference. I could get you a guide to go through the Whitemaw. It's not advised. Which direction did you come from?
South?
So you came from the capital. Okay, so you clearly can afford to travel through the capital. If you're looking to pass through the Whitemaw, I advise you just take the toll and go through Aspira. I know they're snooty. I know they're uptight. I know they check a lot of your possessions. I don't need to know. Point being...
Right, but the monsters we are looking to hunt are not within...
Then that's the second part. You're not looking to go through the Whitemaw. You want to travel around the Whitemaw.
That would be correct.
I have no guides for that.
Oh.
There are guides who can get you through in about 2 weeks. Easy peasy, follow the trail, make frequent stops, rest, bring supplies. You want to go gallivanting through the Whitemaw, looking for something to kill? Be my guest. I can't give you any of my guys. That's a little suicidal. And no offense, you all look leans over the counter again, Lieutenant Q, capable enough. Have you ever? So are you folks from the capital? Like as she asks this, she kind of like looks over you guys a bit. So 2 insight. What are you trying to insight Q?
She was kind of like not really thinking I was as capable.
No, she totally thought you were super capable. She was impressed. She was terrified. She was intimidated. Anyways, she looks over you guys. So, just give me an idea of your skill set. Are you all like aspirants, or did you travel from Davos, or?
We travel from all around, but
We traveled. Hold on. What's the
Yeah.
fucking name of the place? How does it? Ernatel? Ernatel? The crater? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, from Ernatel.
Ernatel? Okay. Alright. No. We traveled through the Underelk with the assistance of the Nomad Knights. We got here through Ernatel.
Keep your fucking voice down. Like leans over, gestures you closer. You entered the kingdom illegally?
No, we had documents. It was just faster to go this way. Look, my friend here.
I absolutely do not believe that.
My friend here, Andoria, is terrified of water. Look at her; she's disgusting.
I'll give you that.
Slowly looks up at you.
I'll give you that much, but listen, you can't just go around saying you came through the under. Like, okay, listen, I've got some clients who are of the Nomad Knights. I don't have a problem with that, but you gotta be careful. So, okay, you came through the Underelk, which means you came out of Ernatal, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you travel through Aspira to get here? You could have just gone straight up the Whitemaw.
No one was there to guide us. They said go to Frome.
Give me a deception check.
No problem. Come on, Dice. Don't hate me now. Don't hate me now. Deception.
Yeah,
15?
alright, that's decent.
She leaning against the counter, like rubs her temples, like, oh god. It sucks to have a reputation sometimes.
It really does.
Well, I'd hate to think that you all wasted the trip. I know you had to deal with a lot of red tape at Aspira to get this far.
So annoying.
Yeah, fucking pompous asses.
Yeah, what is with them?
I didn't get the fluffy coat I wanted. I'm kind of sad now.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, well listen. I'll put you up in a room for the night. I don't have a single guy here I can convince to wander the Wayfarer, the White March. Whitemaw, Jesus, Mike. Brain. But you could try the old hermit.
Yes, fucking yes.
Obvious building was obvious.
He lives at the edge of town. He's knowledgeable. Apparently, people say he came from the Whitemaw, not through it. He showed up one day years ago. No one knows where he's from. Rumors start flying. They say he lived out there.
Oh.
Which, I ain't heard of anyone fucking living in the Whitemaw. So if anyone's gonna know their way around, it's gonna be him. Okay? He's a bit of an old guy, but he's got what it takes. You're gonna have to convince him, though. I don't think he's just gonna go for coin. So that's on you. But you can tell him that Gerda sent it. See what?
Gerdas?
Gerda. G-U-R-D-A. Gerda. Tell him Gerda sent you, and tell him you've got the backing of the Nomads. Maybe it'll mean something.
What's truth?
Thank you. We'll take our key for the room then.
Yes. How
All right.
much?
Thank you.
Well, so 5 of you, high profile.
Low profile.
Yeah. Let's just say 20 gold for the lot of you.
Okay.
I'll cover it.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She gives you guys a key. Your first floor up above. She pulls you in closer and is like, if you go out the window